Are you searching for a pre-owned vehicle that fits your budget? Do you want a quality car you can afford? Then you need to call Mindy Pluma at All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram at 314-288-5393. She's got single-owner cars under $12,000. If you want a quality car that fits into your budget, call Mindy Pluma at 314-288-5393. That's 314-288-5393. Tell her you heard about the great deals from It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network. That's 314-288-5393. That's 314-288-5393. That's Mindy Pluma at All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Hey. Yep, we're back. Let me explain what's going on. See, I told you we were going to discuss this issue, and damn it, we are going to discuss it. 3/5 of the IIWII cast is still here in the studio, and we're going to be getting shamelessly into the thick of it. So stick around. Going to have some words from our sponsors, and then we will be right back on a very special edition of It Is What It Is, part of the Zero G Network, because nothing will hold us down.
Hey, this is Lonnie Bunny from the home of the myth.
Hi, this is Nikki Taylor.
Hey everyone, this is Eric, creator of Left on Green Marijuana Support Page. It's about time we all twist it up.
And I just wanted to say that I really love your guys' show. It's fucking fantastic.
I just wanted to say,
Keep up the good work.
keep up the good shit, man. This show is fucking
There
dope.
is nothing like it anywhere. I listen to it every week.
I listen toked up and stoked up.
I look forward to it. You guys are funny as hell.
And you're listening to
You are listening to
It is what it is.
It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network.
the Zero G Network
Every Sunday
from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m.
on Zero G Network.
Because it is what it is, and nothing will hold them down.
Because nothing will hold them down.
Because nothing will hold them down. You hear me? Nothing!
It's Sunday morning, and right now, every talk show on the radio sucks. If you're looking for high-quality entertainment, you're in the wrong damn place. But since you're here, let's have a little fun. And now, the best morning show that's on during the weekend. You're listening to It Is What It Is, starring Freeze Smith,
The Iceman Comedy.
Philip Mifflin,
That's right. Oh, you see? Wow. Look, okay, fine.
Ed Cummins,
Boob sweat is lubrication for titty fucking.
Crystal Williams,
I do not have a penis.
and Andrew Grass.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. You ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Wonderful.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, what is up? What is up? Hello and welcome to a special after show edition of It Is What It Is.
Part
Ladies and gentlemen.
2.
Yeah, right? Like the after party and shit. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stick around. I'm still waiting to hear from Jolt and Joe. Waiting to see what we're doing. Conservative is not a curse word. And also, do not forget, this coming Saturday, we are debuting in Nerdtainment. Yep, it's a show about all things nerd.
Bring your nerdgasm.
Yes, nerdgasm. It's going to be all kinds of nerd stuff. Having a good damn time. Hello, hello, hello. Phil, what's up?
What's up?
What's up? And Crystal.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Hello.
Andrew and Ed had to take off. Of course, you know, they've got stuff to do. They got lives and shit. It happens. That's I bet Andrew went home to have sex. I bet he did.
Ew.
I bet he was like, because we was talking about thick ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was talking about thick ladies, and you know what? I told you motherfuckers that this subject was important. Crystal, seeing as we're doing this for the ladies, should I tone down the language, or should I just be me?
Just be you.
Just be me?
Do it.
Okay, cool. I'm good with that. I am good with that. Now, here's the thing. Other than the auto post, I don't think anybody knew, well, I mean, other than Andrew and Ed, that we were going to do the show, like another show, like a whole show. So,
well, you did kind of mention it on the first part.
Well, I kind of mentioned it, but then I kind of, and now we're live. We already did 157 minutes.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay though. You know why?
It's all good.
Right.
This shit's important.
It's all good.
Stop that.
What? I loved that song. You know what other one I like? That's apropos for today. Pumps in the bump. Pumps in the bump. I like the girls with the pumps in the bump. I love that one. Okay. Yep. Shut up, Phil. Just shut the fuck up.
I ain't say nothing.
I'm willing to bet if you pull out a jump drive full of music, there's some Britney Spears to be found on there somewhere. I'm just saying.
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, let's look at your musical repertoire.
I am a DJ. That is not fair.
I helped you get most of that music.
Yeah.
Or at least 25% of it. Come on.
I'll say 25%. I'll say that. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Pumps in the Bump.
You got some super glue?
Yeah, I just keep that in my pocket.
I mean, I usually do.
Would you, sit in front of the mic? Not right in front of it, just in line with it.
I mean, I usually do.
If you're going to get that close to it, at least make a cool sound. We're done. We are done. Crazy ass Crystal. That's your new air name.
Nope.
Crazy
not happening.
Crystal.
Not happening.
Crystal Crazy.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
How about Bob?
I like Bob, actually. I used to be called Bob in high school. Okay, seriously.
I'm so
First of all,
it's recorded, it's there. It happened. You're next.
That's all right. I don't mind.
Oh, shit.
No, seriously, that was one of my nicknames in high school.
It
had meaning.
Hey, Nikki's joining us.
Hey, Nikki.
Hey, Nikki.
Nikki in the you know what? I'm just going to call Nikki just straight
and
out.
I just sent Diana a message saying we're doing a second show. You should call in.
See?
Do you have call waiting?
I'm insulted, kind of.
I just saw the title of that.
Just fuck you. Did you like that?
That's
Would
beautiful.
you read it out, please?
We should start making people feel precious instead of calling them precious.
And you want to break that down for me?
Precious.
Mm-hmm.
Precious. That was a big girl. There's a movie. That movie is all types of jacked up. If you haven't seen it,
it will scar you.
It will scar you. It will do terrible things to the psyche. That it will do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Making a phone call. Ouch.
My bad. I like it loud.
I mean, warn me of these things.
I like it loud.
Hello.
Hello, you were on the air with It Is What It Is.
Hi.
What's up?
What is up? So, okay, you know what the discussion is. You know what?
Yes.
You know what we're talking about. So,
Thick girl.
Did you say thick or big?
Thick.
Okay. Now, my question becomes, what's your stance? Give it to me. How does this issue affect you? How do you feel on this issue of body shaming?
Oh, like I said earlier, I don't think that it's men body shaming. I think it's women body shaming. Like, how dare you be fat? And I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why can't I be fat? So the fuck what? If you don't like it, you ain't gotta walk around in this body I do, and somebody likes it.
Amen.
There it is. There it is. This issue bothers the shit out of me because for guys, I guess it's the opposite. For me, it's been the opposite, but I won't talk about that now. But you get what I'm saying. It's that whole perception thing, and I think it comes from equal parts guys and equal parts girls. I don't really think that there's any one person that is more guilty than the other. I think what it is, it's a different type of shittiness.
Right.
Okay, and now with there being so many different types of sexuality with regard to the genders and whatnot, it's like you're getting it from all sides.
Right.
Because you stated earlier, okay, Nikki, you were saying that women do more body shaming, or perceivably more body shaming, I guess, than men, correct? Like,
yes.
to each other. All right.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to ask this question, and I ask from a place of ignorance. Lesbians, how does that work?
I don't know. I'm not a lesbian.
Your loss.
That's not to say that I'm not interested in women. I'm not a lesbian.
Oh.
I still enjoy penis, so... But I like to look at women. I think women are beautiful, and I happen to prefer looking at thick, bigger women. I've never really understood the attraction to
a stick
figure little girls with their bones poking out, and I mean, I guess that's for somebody, but whatever.
Damn. But see, that doesn't that just kind of go body shaming the other way?
It does.
Or
it kind of does. I mean, that's my preference. Lots of people out there don't prefer thick girls. You know, they might look at me and think, God, she needs to lose some weight.
But,
you know,
right.
I don't look at a girl and think, you know, she needs to eat a cheeseburger. So I just think she's not what I'm looking into.
Well, see, the thing is, though, I'm not stating this from a standpoint of attraction. I'm stating this from the standpoint of when that lack of attraction or whatnot isn't reciprocated, or that a person of size or lack of size, however, just a person that doesn't already feel comfortable in their own body, that when that rejection is passed down or they feel dismissed or whatnot, that the citing, even if you cite that as a specific example, like if a girl comes up and says, I really like you, I'd like to get down. Okay, and a guy looks at her and says, I would, but you know, you're not my type. And even saying it that way still kind of opens up that wound, because you have to know that at some point that thicker girl has already been body shamed up to that point.
Right.
At best, she could probably thank the guy for trying to be perceivably polite. Now, him saying that may have had to do with a plethora of other issues. It may not just be a size issue. Her breath might stink. You know, she might be at the club kicking it. Her kids might be in the car. These are red flags. You know, so, but, you know, what I'm saying is that body shaming and making somebody feel less worth than they want to feel is something that's damaging on all levels, and becomes so damaging that when you get to the point where somebody's actually not trying to do it, like somebody's actually just trying to express how they feel about something else, that it still kind of comes off as body shame. It still comes off with that...
As hurtful.
Yeah, it comes off with that acrid sting. And don't get me wrong.
As I sit here and eat a donut.
Don't get me wrong. We've made a lot of what I believe to be advances in health and things like that as a result of studying issues like this. I know Crystal is wanting to speak on some of these issues and whatnot, and this is important, and that's why we're wanting to talk to Ripple. I'm calling everybody. I'm gonna call every woman in my phone book. This is gonna be fucked up today. We're fucking doing this shit.
You know what? I gotta say that I think that we're coming a long way as far as body shaming. There are a lot of bigger girls, especially thanks to social media, who are now coming out and saying, you know, it's okay if you're not skinny. You know, there are a lot of people that are not skinny, and it's okay if you're not. And it's okay to wear what you want to wear, and if you think you look good, then be happy with that.
Do you, boo-boo? That,
right.
Kind of like that, yes. See, this issue bugs me because I don't feel like any person can feel complete even if they find another person with which they connect I still don't think that person can really feel complete until they feel comfortable within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And for some people, it can take one person to do that. You know, for some people, the person they share their bed with, their favorite family member, their hookup barista at the coffee place, whatever. It's going to take more than, for some people, that'll do, but maybe for a while.
You still run into problems with that.
How so?
Because you're not doing it for yourself.
And therein lies the problem.
Okay, somebody can make you happy for so long to a certain extent, but until you're happy with yourself, none of it matters.
But wouldn't you say that in most cases, it almost takes somebody breaking through the mold and saying, no, regardless of who or what you are or what you look like or, you know, how you're stacked,
no, that
I'm going to love you for you because you're a good person, or I'm going to associate with you because you're a good person.
I don't agree with that.
Okay.
My mouth is full of donut because I'm a big bitch and I like to
That's
eat.
Fucked up. Stop it. I am done with you. Nikki. Crystal's over here trying to undo what I'm doing.
Hey, you said do me.
That's
I like donuts.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question, and Nikki. Now, without going through actual hard numbers, okay, in the past, say, 10 years, how many times would you say that you've been placed in the position where you had grown to be comfortable with your body with one person, but then because of whatever happened, you're no longer with that person, so now you're now dealing with a different person? Does that intro process kind of start over again? I'm not being funny. I'm asking. That's a legitimate question.
I think so. I mean, I don't. You know, the first time. I think it's just the same for anybody, though. I don't think that's just for everybody. Thinks that they have imperfections, and when you're with somebody for the first time, you're scared for somebody to see that.
I don't think that everybody thinks that they have imperfections. At least not any that are pervasive enough to have somebody act upon it in such a way that makes you feel shameful for being that way or having that trait. You know, for being put together, for being put together in what I like to call the unique human factory packages. Okay, we got some regular options, and then we've got some models that are stripped down of different stuff, either because of, you know, production mistakes or special design. We, of course, have people that like to trick their shit out. A lot of that going on lately. But then we're also given these fun little options that just kind of make us us. And they say, this is the Freeze-mobile, and this is what makes it different from the Phil-mobile and from the Nikki-mobile. And from that Honda that's in Tanya's ass. Also, in other news, Anacondas would like to talk to her. Moving on. Yep. The point I'm getting to is, like, okay, I'm married to a thick woman, and, you know, Flying Spaghetti Monster forbid, if we were ever not in that arrangement, for the both of us, that introductory process of becoming comfortable enough with our bodies to be able to be close, if not intimate, with another individual starts over again. It starts on varying levels. Think about it. You get used to hanging out with one group of friends.
I don't disagree.
Yeah,
completely.
You get used to hanging out with one group of friends, and this one group of friends treats you a specific way based on this insecurity that you have, whether it's known or unknown, whether it's perceived or just plain glossed over. Okay? Now, for whatever reason, you move, you relocate, you do whatever, you start hanging out with another circle of friends, you join a BDSM chat room on Craigslist, you meet up on Backpage. Too much? Sorry.
Too much.
My bad. I keep drawing on real life. Anyway.
It was the Backpage.
Shut up. But anyway, and you start this process, and so now you're with these other people who you don't have those expected responses to things that you will do or things that you will wear or ways that you will carry yourself, it's like you have to start all over again.
Right.
Okay. How does one person break that particular process? Come on, somebody's got to have an answer. Phil, chime in here any moment. Give it to me.
I need you to rephrase that question.
I said, did you hear me, motherfucker?
I heard you.
Not that question, obviously.
My question becomes, how do you stop the process of a person having to feel as if they have to start over with new individuals? Or even, for that matter, constantly adapt
you don't.
You don't. Yeah, you can't.
When it comes to how you feel about your body, I think that you most certainly fucking can.
See, and that's where the problem lies, okay? Because you asked Nikki if somewhere in the last 10 years, if she... Here's the thing. Some people, okay, regardless of how long they're with some person, okay, it doesn't matter. Some people never get to that point where they are completely comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah, I mean...
It shouldn't take another person to do that for you. Okay? The problem is, and I'm repeating myself, okay? But until you become comfortable with yourself, it doesn't matter how much somebody loves you, doesn't matter how sexy somebody thinks you are. If you don't feel that way about yourself, it doesn't matter.
Okay, now that I will totally buy. Okay, I will buy that nobody can make me feel sexy but me, ultimately, in the end. I get that. But we're not talking about just sex. We're not talking about just people we want to fuck or people that we find sexy. Right. We're talking about just the way that regular human beings interact with other human beings and do so on a... You know what I hate? You know what I hate more than anything? I hate it when a guy goes into a movie theater, sits on an aisle seat, okay? Sits on an aisle seat, looks over, sees a couple of kids, wonders what the fuck they're doing there by themselves. And then the big guy and his big wife come back. And they want to be able to move down the aisle to sit with their kids where, they originally were. Maybe they went to go get the kids some popcorn. Maybe this is the movie of the month. Maybe they broke like that, and this is a special fucking occasion, which is now about to get fucked up by the nasty-ass fucked up look that's going to be on dude's face when he realizes he either has to move or take two big asses to the face. Okay? Now, as unhappy... And understandably so, because I don't give a fuck what size your ass is. Unless part of me is going in it, I don't want it in my face. That's the trade-off. If your ass ever comes near my face, I will fuck you in it. That is
you have been warned.
That is my deal with the world.
And there it is.
You have been warned.
I think that that's pretty fucking valid. That's my boundary, okay? If your butt cheeks are here, you shouldn't be offended when I bring them down 24 inches, all right? Fuck you. Now,
literally.
That being said, yes, in the ass. But that being said, I think that there is a way to not make people feel fucked up about being in a situation that isn't really, like, they say that they accommodate for them, and they say that they accommodate for everybody. Okay, there's wider chairs, there's wheelchair ramps, there's these that are trying to accommodate to all these different people that want to do regular shit. And that's fair, that's fine, that's cool, that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to adapt to the types of people that we have. But part of that adapting is not being an asshole in environments where maybe either we haven't come up with the solution to make people feel less fucked up by placing them in situations where they're going to be fucked up, like walking through a turnstile. Okay. Trying to take you and your children through a revolving door. Okay? Trying to figure out what side of the escalator to stand on because mall security's running down. That kind of, and these sound like I'm making jokes, and I'm not. These are just little, what I like to call micro situations that approach people all day, and we have to make these decisions very, very quickly. And as with any decision ever made, we make these decisions based on gain versus loss. What do I have to sacrifice to get what I want? And unfortunately, every equation doesn't balance out to the black like that. And sometimes it's not about choosing what you want, but choosing what sucks the least, such as either asking the guy to move, thereby just basically in your soul, you feel like telling the guy, hey, me and my wife are fat and we just really want to go sit next to our kids. That's what you feel inside. You don't want to say that. You're hoping that the guy will get it. Like you hope that he has some sort of depth perception that says, I can either stand or I'm guaranteed a double shot of ass in the face. I think when people get shitty in situations like that, to people that already feel fucked up and already feel some kind of way about the issue, we not only do nothing to stem the damage that this particular issue does, we perpetuate it. We make it move forward. Because that guy may be a stand-up comedian. Maybe that's why he's at the movies alone with no kids or whatever. And guess what? This situation just gave him comic fodder. Now, okay, cool. He goes out and he makes his living. He goes and jumps up on stage and tells jokes about how thin the movie theater seats are and all this other kind of shit. But every person of size in that audience at that special or at that show has now been damaged from a situation that they didn't even have a fucking part of. Right. I used to tell a friend of mine all the time, everything affects everything in ripples and waves. And that's why the issues like these that I've been trying to discuss here lately are very, very important. That's why this issue to me is important, because this is exactly that, ripples and waves. I'm going to be honest, and I'm not proud of this. I called my wife a fat bitch one time that I can remember. One time. I lost my shit. Not proud. We were both losing our shit. She probably is proud. She's pretty proud when she loses her shit. It wasn't one of my prouder moments. But the point being is, that was years ago. I mean, years. This is when I was in the stupid years of my marriage. You know, still kind of feeling each other out. I've never been proud of that moment, and I've never done it since, consciously. And the reason being is because even to this day, there's a very small, minute portion of her that feels fucked up about that moment. When you get with somebody and you're already insecure about something, it's already kind of perceived as you against the world anyway. Mm-hmm. So when your own camp appears to turn on you and prey upon that own insecurity, that can be even far more damaging. I realize that not all people do this on purpose. Some people do it involuntarily. Some people do it subconsciously. And even worse, some people do it so slyly and so fucked up that the person that it affects almost feels as if they can't complain about it because it could have been that, or it could have been meant that way. We need to take the could-haves out of the situation. And if even just one person hears this and hears how we're discussing it and changes their behavior, just as the ripples of damage have come in ripples and waves and washed over all this, maybe, just maybe, this can go back the other way and balance the current just a bit. It's what I'm hoping for. It's what I want. I know, I got big hopes, right? But yeah, it's a cricket.
I know.
Yeah, he bored.
I know.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
I didn't say shit.
Nikki, final thoughts?
Not really.
Fair enough.
You know, I gotta say, and I say this because I love you, that you have this unbelievable talent for getting off topic and staying on topic at the exact same time. It's just, it's a gift.
Well, thank you. You're
welcome.
I never heard anybody describe it like that. People keep calling it ADD.
No comment.
I love you, friend. Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome.
That was the very lovely Nikki, very good friend of mine, on It Is What It Is, talking with us today about body shaming. Thick women, fat women, fluffy women, huge women, just
women,
whatever, women.
Beautiful women,
and not all just women. I'm focusing this episode on women because I realize that for as long as we've been doing this and as long as we've been fucking this up, we should probably, baby steps. So I figure we'll start with the ladies first and then, see if we can get it together for the guys. I think that once the ladies really start to feel it, I think the guy thing will just kind of work itself out. That's my hope. Really? Did y'all already take a meeting? It doesn't matter what these motherfuckers do. They either fat or skinny. They ain't none of them right. Fuck them. Dick having, dick ball swinging, jizzing everywhere, pissing on a lawnmower, motherfuckers.
Dicks. Yeah.
That's fine. We might be some dicks, but y'all some pussies.
No, we have pussies.
No, y'all have cunts.
Okay.
Well, no, some of y'all got pussies. Some of y'all got pussies.
Moving on.
I prefer cunt. Moving on.
We know you do.
That's right. We talked about this.
We had a crazy 8 all about that.
Yeah, we talked about this. Okay, so Phil, go ahead and have Di call on in because I'm interested to hear what she had to say. Plus, she was talking about ass earlier, and even if we weren't talking about this on the show right now, I'd still make that call. So there it is. We're going to be hearing from Di, and Di is, well, she's like a really, really good pirate. She saves up all the booty and makes sure that it is close to her at all times. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. Now, coincidentally, if she had no ass at all, that wouldn't be a bad thing. It'd be an alternate universe where cats roam the earth and ruled us all. It wouldn't be a bad thing. What?
They didn't say anything.
It wouldn't be a bad thing so long as if the issue ever came up where a choice that I had to make with regard to her had to do with her ass. Now, luckily, because of the nature of our relationship, it doesn't. That pressure
right
is gone.
now, she is eating a sandwich. Tell him, give me a minute or two, or else I'll be hangry.
Tell her to look out.
And we can't have hangry bitches.
Tell her to look out for flying red beans and rice. They don't ever miss.
Watch out.
What? He's actually writing it. Is she listening to the show? Is she listening?
I don't know.
Okay, because that'd probably be really important to ask before
almost
we text.
done with said sandwich.
Okay, so she's not.
Watch out for.
I was just gonna say, if she's listening and you're texting her what I told you to text her, the thing that she heard while she was listening, then you, sir, have to hand in your brain card. You were suspended for 10 minutes.
I don't think she's listening because she was asking me how long had
to you or to the show.
To the show.
Okay, just kidding.
She was like wondering how long it's been going on. It's about 15-30 minutes now.
No.
34 minutes.
So.
Really?
Oh, yeah. 34 minutes. And we've talked to one person. Damn it. Start calling everybody.
I haven't even...
Yep. That's
in the interim, may I read this?
You can.
Okay, I cannot take credit for it as much as I would like to, but I want to point out that this was written by a high schooler.
Okay.
Okay,
no.
And it is a letter to society.
Can you, before you do that, can you tell me a little bit about this high schooler? Okay, that's a no. Go ahead and read it.
Okay, I'm just gonna read it.
Do that.
Dear Society, I'm a tad bit confused about something that should be simple. Something you should have made clearer instead of sending millions of other people like me on a wild goose chase in search of truth. What are we searching for? Let me put it simply. We are searching for the correct definition of true beauty. We are searching for what exactly beauty is because the ways you define it are very obscure. As if you've drawn out a map for us in invisible ink and in a foreign language that only those in the innermost circle understand. The way you, society, seem to define beauty for women is, you need to be thin, you need to be blemish-free, your boobs and butt need to be big yet proportional, your hair needs to be impeccable, and any imperfections need to be done away with cosmetic procedures. Now, although your view of society has been mapped out, it is a challenge to take the first step. The first step is hard to take because we can't seem to decide where our foot goes. We use magazines, news, Hollywood, and the media as our compass, and they all lead us running around in circles because they can't even decide what you want from them. Everyone's left running in different directions, and then we end up pointing and critiquing the others who think they know what's in style or what's fashionable. And we are also left with one question: who has the right to judge another person for what they look like? And this question is hung above us like mistletoe. We can't help but kiss each other's butts under it. One person likes someone else's shirt, and suddenly it's a fashion statement. Fashion seems to be creating an army of society's beauties. This army is full of zombies, or should I say robots, because they are programmed to feel no pain, considering what they go through to reach beauty. They're programmed to scan people and destroy if necessary, and they are programmed to do as society says. They are pristine robots, perfect in every way, and none of them revolt. They don't revolt because they are scared of falling from their popular graces, from their beauty. But what about the rest of us? Where do we stand in the war on beauty? We're fighting every day on the front lines just trying to stay alive. Our weapons of choice are kindness, optimism, and love. We also pour water on the robots so their makeup washes off and the fake shell they live in explodes. Society, your army is filled with the millions who have been left behind and have nowhere to go but with the flow. As for our army, well, we're all here by choice. We could have been brainwashed by you, but we escaped that fate. We made our own path, one that hasn't been walked on by everybody else. So when we saw your map, we couldn't quite figure it out. We decided to make our own. That everyone could understand. Instead of invisible ink, we use bright colors, and there's no crazy language. It's made so that whoever you are, you can understand it, and everyone draws their own path. You don't have to go a certain way to get to your destination. Everyone picks up their own marker and draws the line they choose to follow. So society, consider this the official declaration of war on beauty, because we are 1,000 voices strong, and beauty, that's our own. We are so beautiful. More simply saying, bring it on. Yeah.
We should invite that kid here,
right?
To drop our microphone,
right?
Can you do an honorary mic drop?
Yeah,
for the kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
While you're doing that, Diana just said she called. It said something about how that person has a mailbox that has not yet been set up.
Did she call my number or did she call the
732 number?
That's impossible.
Should I have her call your number?
I guess.
By the way, just
okay. Hold on.
As odd as it is,
metaphorical mic drop.
Well, real quick, her name is Mackenzie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, mic drop for Mackenzie.
Mic drop.
Damn it, the mic wasn't even on.
Pick it up and drop it.
You're fired.
You still
do it again. Do it again.
Drop that shit.
All right.
Yeah, you got to test
mic
it before you drop
drop for Mackenzie.
There it is.
Yeah.
That mic's going to be so fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
It is already fucked up, though.
But no,
I just decided I was just going to start throwing it on the floor. Like, fuck it.
I read that, some time ago. And, I've had it bookmarked. Because, first of all, this is a high schooler.
Yeah.
Okay? And just everything that she has to say, it makes me sad.
Yeah, that...
It doesn't surprise me, but it makes me sad.
It makes me sad that it doesn't surprise me. Would you like to know why?
Go for it.
They're on the front fucking line.
Right.
That's when you're figuring it out.
Well, see, and I wanted to speak on it earlier because, as growing up a little girl, we grew up with Barbie. Okay? Barbie. And every little girl wanted to be Barbie. Why? because Barbie can do everything. That bitch could be in space and a doctor, having a baby, in a wheelchair, running the Olympics.
Said, is there anything Barbie can't do? Yeah, go broke.
Right.
And here we go. And you're on the air.
That's it, I'm hanging up.
What? Really?
Hi.
Hello, Diana, on the line with us. It is what it is, and also the very lovely and rumpliciousness of being
vivacious.
Vivacious. You like that? Okay, but this okay. You can say vivacious. You can use all your fancy English words.
All right.
Okay. She got donkey, folks. Donkey. Give me that donkey butt in the middle legs.
No, stop it. Stop.
Sorry,
you have
my
to
bad.
stop that.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
but donkey and a huge blood.
So now, you had commented in the last episode in the regular airing, you had commented that you'd been shamed for even just posterior size. So we're not even talking about whole body shape at this point. We're just talking about somebody just maliciously grabbing a trait and just saying, "Hey, you there with the thing? What's up with that?" And so tell me about that.
Oh, I remember there was a speech class, and I had done my speech, and of course you have to stand out there in front of everybody to do your speeches, and I had my T-shirt tucked into my jeans that day, so it kind of showed off my figure, if you know what I mean.
Fair enough.
So the next day, I came into my speech class, and all of the chairs, the tables and stuff were set up in this U shape. So my seat was at the back of the wall in the back of the classroom.
Right.
And when the guys would walk in the classroom door and they'd have to walk behind me, they pretended to climb over my ass. Like, oh my God, I can't! It's blocking the way. Holy crap! Oh my God! And like 5 or 6 guys were doing it at the same time.
So now,
in front of everybody, you know. So yeah.
Now,
Mike. Like that.
Now, how old were you when this happened?
Maybe 13.
Damn.
So right at the formative years.
Oh yeah.
Because at that point you're no longer listening to the music your parents are listening to. You're picking your own shit.
Trying to become your own person.
Right. You're kind of trying to strike out and be your own person, and already the world is
it's
like
being struck down.
Right. That's. I guess there could be very few things in life that are more damaging than attempting to write the script that is your life, and motherfuckers that aren't even in the film are trying to suggest rewrites and how they would have made the plot better.
Huh.
Right.
I guess that's the most succinct way I can put it. Now, let me ask you a question. How long thereafter and in what way did just that single incident affect you?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I only recently got over most of my body image issues and my need to feel approved by the rest of the world in general. But it wasn't even just at school. I won't say crap exactly like that at home, but like my mom, for instance, used to joke about how big my butt was. She said it was like my back was this upside down question mark.
Wow.
That's...
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm mad that...
so you hear it every day.
I'm mad that that's...
Family, then...
Right. I'm mad that that's damaging. I'm also mad that somewhere in the world right now some douchebag's using that as a pickup line. So, there's that. The only reason I know that is because I could totally see myself using that stupid shit as a pickup. Like, don't roll your eyes at me, Crystal. Fuck you. You know me. You already know that I am broken inside. You should not be surprised by this shit.
Who said I was surprised?
Okay, then.
I can roll my eyes.
Okay, I'm going to need you to just go fuck off in any direction you choose. Anyway. That's all the dicks, Crystal.
I feel like Phil has something to say.
Phil does
I just enjoy listening to my
He just enjoys
voice.
He likes listening to Diana talk about her ass. That's
so
what
real
it
quick,
is.
Di,
she's got a beautiful ass.
Di, I'm
I've
sorry.
said this.
That you had to go through that. I'm glad to hear that you are getting over your body issues. I've never seen your booty, but I'm sure it's a beauty. So I'm just gonna throw that out
I'm
there.
mad that there's a douchebag using that pickup line.
Oh, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
What the fuck?
It is a beauty booty.
Okay,
yeah.
You know what? We're fine. We're not doing a body image show anymore. We're just going to come up with pickup lines for Di's ass.
Yeah, no.
No, you're not.
I don't
we're not.
feel right. I don't feel like either her or Phil would be comfortable with that.
Dude, we were just talking about pickup lines. We didn't say we were going to actually.
For
you said for Diana's ass, dude. Like that's where you fucked up.
You know I'm an asshole. I will refrain from the 3 comments that are racing their way to my mouth right now. So just eat all the dicks, Crystal. Shut the fuck up. Diana?
Yeah.
Phil loves your ass. He has always loved your ass. And I know that your ass loves him. And ultimately
what?
You did. Look, you know you love her butt cheeks. You know you do. After all this shit, they keep getting back together.
There is no hiding that.
What?
Okay.
I was hoping you weren't going to catch that.
I caught that shit.
But the point being is, and I guess I want to ask. You said that you had just recently gotten past the issues. I want to know what the catalyst for that was. Like, when did you kind of start, kind of looking to the other side and saying, you know what, I'm not going to feel this way regardless of what other people say.
I'm not sure if it was one single thing.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not saying it's a single thing. I'm asking where the start marker is. You know, what's the first? If life were a Final Destination movie, what's the first thing that falls off the shelf and threatens to kill everybody? What's that? Give me that moment. Was it your wedding? Tell me it was your wedding.
My wedding?
Yeah. You know, when you and Phil went halves on a family. Remember? you never mind.
Half on a baby.
Okay.
No.
It was I'm talking within the past 2 to 3 years, maybe.
Okay. Okay, so and that's what I'm asking, and I'm asking that to demonstrate to those that are listening how pervasive that issue is. It's not like in the movies where you feel fucked up about a trait or your body shape or just who you are in general. You feel fucked up about that, and then all of a sudden Adam Sandler shows up, and there's a 90-minute rom-com, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're powerful, you're on top of the world, and your life is good. It's a very slow and arduous process, especially if Adam Sandler's the other half of that duo.
Oh my God.
And on top of that...
Did he just say I had an egg-shaped head?
Oh, Phil.
Okay. You just sit over there, Mr. Deeds. I'll be with you in a minute. Anyway.
Damn.
What I'm asking is... You said that you had begun. I guess my question is, did you begin the process 2 or 3 years ago, or did the process kind of come to a conclusion 2 to 3 years ago? Like you're just kind of okay, this is where I'm at with it, and so the last few years have been spent feeling more comfortable than you had in the past. That's what I'm asking.
Hard for me to analyze that. Where do I even start? I've had low self-esteem all my life, and it just doesn't have to do with my rear end. It has to do with all kinds of things. And I very recently discovered, about 3 years ago, that I probably had attention deficit disorder.
Right.
And it comes with this other thing that basically low self-esteem in the bottle. You can't get away from it. There's this constant negative self-talk, And within the past 3 or 4 months, I've been on medication for it, and it's really helped me like in a number of ways. But even before that, I was in this counseling with this lady that I met online, and she's like, she's just wonderful. I mean, and I've been talking with her for a couple of years, and slowly but surely, she's kind of gotten me to, instead of looking at the negative side of everything, she's gotten me to look the other way and say, hey, you have a choice. You can choose happiness, or you can choose sadness, and it's up to you. It's taken me 2 or 3 years of her repeating that to me like every day before I realized, oh my God, she's right, you know?
Right.
And the other thing is, I'm getting older. I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 years old next year. Why in the hell do I care what other people think of me?
So,
you know,
say that again?
I've spent 40 years trying to be a people pleaser because I was afraid of rejection, and I'm done. I want to spend my next 40 years being what I want to be, and I don't have time for that crap.
You know what? I like that. I like that viewpoint. I like that viewpoint.
Exactly.
That's a viewpoint I can get behind it. I get behind it because if it works and it brings you or anyone else that employs it that personal peace that we're looking for, then I'm all about it. I'm absolutely all about it. For me personally, I guess I'm just too greedy in and of that. I just don't want people to feel shitty in the first place. And the only way that that's going to happen is the same way that we as a species have attempted to solve all of the other big problems, which is to look at it as a standpoint of this affects everybody. This is a really fucked up and pervasive issue. All issues that make people feel fucked up about who they are or what they are or how they look or anything that makes them individual, it's becoming a hot button topic with me right now.
Yep.
And the thick women thing is the lady thing has got me because I've been witness to a lot of body shaming. And I'm not even gonna lie. I've said ugly things about people, but generally, like 99% of the time, unless that person's like on top of me, beating the shit out of me or something, I keep that ugliness to myself, mostly. You know, I speak it in company and friends and whatnot that understand that I'm not the hateful person that those words come from. And I just think it's fucked up to make people feel fucked up. You don't even have to do it with words. You look, Crystal, you feel like you seem like you want to say something about something.
I always want to say something.
Drop that fire.
I just actually I wanted to ask Diana a question.
Okay, shoot.
Because we've been asking her about things that have made her feel not so awesome. So I want to know, when was the last moment that you felt just perfect in all of you?
The last moment that I felt perfect?
Just perfectly you. That
nobody feels perfect. You should say content.
No. Perfectly you.
Oh,
like
perfectly
where you felt everything about you was just fine.
Oh, okay.
And you felt beautiful. You felt safe.
Right.
You felt happy. Like, yeah.
Okay.
And on a happy note.
Okay.
So the most recent moment that I felt perfectly me.
Now are we talking about? Hold on, because we've covered a lot of stuff. Are we talking about purely from the physical sense?
No.
Or are we talking about just all things die?
Perfectly die.
Okay, all things Diana. When was the last time you were just like, you know what?
I'm feeling myself today. I like this shit.
I'm feeling myself like I lost my keys.
let's see.
You pictured that in your head, didn't you?
Well,
well, okay.
no, I'm sorry. I know I'm like stumbling around, but
It's
I wasn't expecting such deep questions, and it's kind of hard to think about on the fly.
Look, here in the Zero G Network, we always go deep. And there's always questions.
Moving on.
Usually why?
Probably a couple of affidavits by the time all this is done. A couple of indictments. Fuck, I don't know. Years young.
Shut up, Freeze.
What? My bad.
Let her answer the question.
Thank you.
You want answers?
I'll give you answers.
You can't handle the truth.
Wrong. It was supposed to be, I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I think I'm entitled.
Well,
you want answers? I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Both of you are fired.
Okay, let's see. Very recently, I've explored this whole thing with my hair where I've been turning it pink.
Nice.
And I love it. Now, it's not pink right now because the pink is washing out. It's blonde again. I have to keep recoloring it. But doing the pink hair, God, it stems back from something that... Do you remember this cartoon show way back when we were, like, kids called Gem and the Hologram?
Yes!
That's where the pink hair thing comes from. I freaking loved Gem when I was a kid. I wanted to be a rock star. I wanted to be a singer. And I'm like, you know what? I'm turning my hair pink. And I loved it. I felt so like what I wanted to be. I felt beautiful. I loved it. It just was awesome, you know.
You know, I get behind that. That's... I'm going to say that. I'm going to say
no, like that is...
It absolutely is not. You know what it is? It's only childish to the extent of, I used to not be able to do this because there were big, tall, adult-looking motherfuckers with jobs that used to tell me what the fuck I could do with my physical appearance. And now I pay my own bills, and if I want to shave this shit off and glue it to my nose, I'm gonna do me.
Thank you.
Because I know y'all see this beard not growing in evenly. I know you see it. Guess what? Fuck you. It's my beard, and I pay bills in this bitch. That's how I feel.
I wasn't even thinking about it until you said something.
The point being is, I'm 38 and I can do that. And that's what it comes down to. And so for that part, I can say, you know what? I'm going to do that for me.
And that's
the upcoming mohawk. I will be doing for me, and it's going to be red, and I'll be doing that for me too. That's awesome.
A red mohawk. All right then.
Speaking of thick ladies, how you doing? Okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, well, I thought you were saying that there was somebody in the studio, and I was like, oh.
No,
I can't see in there.
It was Tanya.
I'm on the phone.
You can't see in here?
Tanya.
You can't see the cameras?
No.
Damn it. We got to get the video feed back up. Anyway, Di, I am glad that you were able to come to, I should say, a more comfortable and more internally content point in your life, because I know that that's important. That's important for anybody. So, thank you for that, and good, thank you for sharing that. Rather, is what I wanted to say, and good luck and good feelings as you continue that and get closer to who and feeling who you and what you want to be.
Thank you.
Final thoughts, you two?
I love you. I love you so much.
Phil's telling you a bunch of shit you already know. Moving on.
No, y'all, you don't understand how much I love this woman.
You're kidding. You're kidding, right?
No, I don't think you understand. I don't think it has quite grasped it.
What?
What time do you plan on getting to your nap?
Right after this? And there it is. Di, thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you, Di.
You're welcome. It was good to be on the show finally. Yay!
Yeah. Like you're in the chat enough, right?
Well, yeah. But it's not the same.
Well, we thank you for supporting us.
Call in anytime.
Or more specifically, Phil, or however.
Call in anytime.
Yeah, I love hearing from you.
The thing is it's like I have 4 kids, and they're always walking in here. I'm like, go away! I'm talking on the phone.
Right there.
The purge.
Yeah, and I'm scared at the fact that there are little people, that can hear our voices on Sunday. That's frightening. Put it in headphones.
All right.
So we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna put on a word from our sponsors, and we will be right back. That sounds good, right? Yeah, that sounds good.
Are you searching for a pre-owned vehicle that fits your budget? Do you want a quality car you can afford? Then you need to call Mindy Pluma at All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram at 314-288-5393. She's got single-owner cars under $12,000. If you want a quality car that fits into your budget, call Mindy Pluma at 314-288-5393. That's 314-288-5393. Tell her you heard about the great deals from It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network. That's 314-288-5393. That's 314-288-5393. That's Mindy Pluma at All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Hello, it's Freeze of the Zero G Network. Just wanted to take the time again to thank our listeners.
Hey, hold on a second. I got something to say.
Wait,
it's important.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah. No, look, check it out, man.
What are you talking about?
Riot Radio, baby. We're going to Riot Radio.
Riot Radio?
That's right. We're going to Riot Radio.
Wait, what?
That's right, baby. You'll be able to hear the craziness of Andrew, Bill, Ed, Crystal.
Me too, right?
Yeah, sure. On It Is What It Is. It all starts with our totally kick-ass on-location party episode of It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network, because nothing will hold us down. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a riot.
Hey, this is Monty Bunny from the home of the myth.
Hi, this is Nikki Taylor.
Hey everyone, this is Eric, creator of Left on Green Marijuana Support Page. It's about time we all twist it up.
And I just wanted to say that I really love your guys' show. It's fucking fantastic.
I just wanted to say,
keep up the good work.
Keep up the good shit, man. This show is fucking
there
dope.
There is nothing like it anywhere. I listen to it every week.
I listen toked up and stoked up.
I look forward to it. You guys are funny as hell.
And you are listening to
It Is What It Is.
It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network.
The Zero G Network.
Every Sunday
from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m.
on Zero G Network.
Because it is what it is, and nothing will hold them down.
Because nothing will hold them down.
Because nothing will hold them down. You hear me? Nothing!
Damn it, I knew I should have talked to Andrew instead of you. Just another black man trying to keep the white man. This is Boris Natasha Vovica, and I am Russian immigrant to United States America. When I came to America 8 months ago, I did not know English. But I was told by a friend in America that I should learn English by listening to podcasts. So, I found one called It Is What It Is on Zero G Network. I have learned so much from listening podcasts. I learned boob sweat is lubrication for titty fucking. I learned new words in American language like fuck, shit, bitch, negro, and cunt. I also learned that Andrew is wealth of facts. Freeze is black. Crystal is some sort of big boobed goddess. Phil is very quiet. And Ed is special and racist. If you want to learn about English language, you should listen to It Is What It Is on Zero G Network. Podcast anytime, but if want to call in or chat, listen live on Sundays from 11:30 Central until, well, I don't know. That's what makes America so great.
We are back here on a very special edition of It Is What It Is here on the Zero G Network. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you very much. But he gave me some hard candy. I like it.
According to my son, that's what old people carry around.
It's bribery for small children to go get things.
That's what he told my mom.
I figured that out as a child. I'm like, old people keep candy, so when they need little kids to do shit, like the kid's not feeling particularly motivated that day, old people be like, here's some candy. But the problem being is old people think that the best candy is the candy that was made in their age, and that's why
like those strawberry things.
That is why everybody 3 generations and above in my family has given me nothing but Werther's and peanut or peppermints for years.
My son.
I hate peppermints.
My son told my mom the first time that he saw her, he hadn't seen her all summer, and she had a birthday in the meantime.
Right.
And so the first time that he saw her, he says, Nana, now you can start carrying around hard candy because that's what old people do. She turned 50.
Oh, wow. Well, there it is, folks. 50 is the candy cutoff.
Yeah.
Nice. So we are continuing with the butterscotch too. That and those weird. It's like a big chunk of like the third of the candy corn that they waste or something. It's not even wrapped up in real candy paper. Like it looks like it's wrapped up in little druggy bags, little druggy wax things. You know what?
Nothing.
Okay. Apparently, I've seen more drugs than you. Hey, Phil,
apparently
the microphone's over there.
See, I'm used
to the mic over there for a reason.
Those,
say what? Oh, did you think Tanya was going to sit down next to you in her robe?
No, then? I moved it over there for a reason.
You see that split leg thing she had going on?
Because I thought I could propel my voice. Okay, shut up. Move on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will move on. I got nothing.
Yeah.
So, this very special episode dedicated to the thick women issue, or more specifically, I guess I should say, or more generally, depending on, I don't know, I'm pretty tired. Body shaming. Making somebody feel less than worthy of themselves, or less their own self-worth, because of a physical characteristic that you may particularly find unpalatable.
Can I ask a question? From a guy's point of view, have you ever been ashamed of your body? Because I have.
What do you mean?
I still am.
Ever been? I've actually... You notice I got up and put my shirt on, right? Like I was having a skinny moment.
Really?
Yeah. Because it works the other way, too. And just as... And I hate to co-opt the topic there, but it kind of goes hand in hand. Just as there are shame issues for women with regard to beauty and femininity, size and sexuality, so too do men go through issues of not appearing manly or not appearing, how can I put this, butch, jacked, whatever,
masculine enough.
Yeah, there it is, the sign, the sign of masculinity. Even, and I hate to say it, but I would think that even gay men, to a certain extent, seek masculinity, else they would not be attracted to other men. I think that that's kind of where it is. So on some level, there's a level of masculinity that apparently has to be reached in order for us to feel as
accepted.
Men. Yeah, accepted as men, to be called men, regardless of
sexuality,
regardless of our, of our own interests, regardless of whatever's going on upstairs. To be accepted as a man, you have to feel manly. I say that again because, I mean, think about it. Right now, we're still neck deep in this trans issue. We have women that already feel like men and want to be accepted as men, and there is a lack of masculinity element that the ignorant are citing as a reason as to why this is a bad thing and why it doesn't work, and so on and so forth. When you think of a lesbian that doesn't do the traditional Barbie doll thing, what do you call her? You throw in some boots and a flannel, and what do you got?
Butch.
Right. or other ugly words, bull dyke, things like that. Okay, classifications that are thrown, and keep in mind that may be how she wants to identify. She may want to be that chick that's, you know, this roar like that, just straight Brody.
Mm-hmm.
And now it becomes an issue of people making her feel victimized for the choice she made. It goes on all levels as far as how we deal with somebody with regard to physical appearance. I've only chosen to tackle the weight issue first, and then ladies first, because I find that to be one of the most pervasive and long-standing, socially, sadly acceptable means of dismissing an individual. I feel like if we could get that one up and off the ground, I think the rest of them would just kind of fall into place. You know, like you pay the car payment, the light bill, and everything else just kind of works out, that kind of thing. You know?
Sadly, it never used to be that way.
I think it's always been that way. I just think that attitudes toward it changed. We didn't start changing our attitude and becoming more sensitive to the plights of other people until the amount of other people that were hurt exceeded or met the number of people that weren't. It only becomes a problem when the majority are affected. Again, we forgot about the individuals. We'll say them where.
It's cool.
No, say your thoughts, speak your piece. That's why we're here. Shit, I'm already in trouble. Speak your piece.
Continue.
I'm finding it hard to focus. I need a minute. This is a pressed issue with me. Because it doesn't just affect women. It doesn't just affect men. It doesn't just affect anybody. It affects everybody. And when you're talking about everybody, you can't stick just in front of that. Because it's too fucking big.
Mm-hmm.
It affects you from the standpoint of you're either doing it or you're a victim to it. If you're a victim to it, my best advice is to do as you know, as Di has done and as other people that I've talked to have done, find a way not to be a victim. Look at yourself, decide your own worth, and roll with that. Nobody else can audit your emotional books on the accounting on yourself. You may smudge your own numbers from time to time. You may get sleepy and forget to carry a 1 every now and again. But ultimately, however your books balance out at the end of the quarter with regard to how you feel about yourself, if you don't factor in everybody else is poking their nose into it, I think you're going to come up with a good amount. I think that's where we need to be. Unfortunately, people, just as we need to get there on our own, we can't get there on our own. And I know that you say, you know, Crystal, you said earlier, you can't count on another person to feed and perpetuate your happiness and therefore your comfort level with yourself. They can start it for you, maybe. They can open the door. I think that people can open the door on things for other people all the time. But sustaining it, no, I don't think that could be it. I think that a refresher every now and again is good, but I think that particular type of confidence does have to come from within. But we've done so much damage.
Right.
I mean, people already grow. I imagine that probably the worst part of being a person of size with regard and feeling uncomfortable about yourself is that if this started to happen around your formative years, like, you actually have to kind of watch it happen. And you have to decide how you feel about it. And you have to decide how you feel about how others treat you based on it. And a lot of times those numbers don't come up good. The best way I can describe it is feeling obese before you even get fat. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, and I'm not saying that everybody gets like fat at the same time. I'm not saying that like 30 or 40 is the cutoff. You know, I've seen fat babies, man. That's like, I've seen babies so fat, like on birth, like I'm looking at the mom going, you should be dead right now. But
I love you, mama.
Right. You're like, Jesus, did they beam it out? What the hell? But by the same token, those babies aren't any less people. And I think that it sucks that if that is what their DNA is determined for them, if that is how circumstances will work its way out for those people, I think that it sucks that they literally have to kind of go through the whole thing. I really hate it when you can only hear that thing when I'm talking.
I hear it too, Diana.
Ugh.
I want to find him.
But you get what I'm saying? It just goes back to my don't be shitty mantra. Just don't be shitty to somebody just for the sake of being shitty and just because you don't like something. There are ways to interact with people without making them feel fucked up.
See, you keep saying the formative years, you know,
yeah.
and I get that. I get that. But see, right now we're speaking as adults. Okay,
Says you.
Well, okay.
I didn't sign on for that shit.
Let me rephrase. We're talking about a society, you know, of adults-ish, something. But the thing is, like I said, you keep saying the formative years. For some of us, it happens way before then. Kids are cruel.
Kids are assholes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, kids are assholes. But you can't necessarily blame them any more than you can blame a puppy that's lived in your house for 2 days shitting on your kitchen floor. You have to give some concession at that point. They're figuring it out.
No. See, listen, though. What I'm saying is, as a child to another child,
yeah.
Okay, you're not thinking of giving them any sort of, you know, well, that kid just crushed my whole day. You know, you're not thinking of giving them some sort of concession. You're not thinking of that. You're thinking of, okay, I'm 8 years old. I'm chunky, you know. This person was my friend yesterday, but today I heard them in the bathroom talking about how fat I was. You know, it
I'm not saying that the behavior is not utterly reprehensible. What I am saying is that coming from children is understandable. To a certain extent, when I get mad at my son for shit, and I'm like, dude, you should know this. Like, what the fuck? But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, he's 10. Like, I'm approaching this from almost 40 years of life experience, and he's just figuring out maybe this is his first or second time in this situation. And I get that, and interacting with people is just such a situation. You fucking twist your eye like that. Fuck you. Kids are figuring it out.
I know that.
So
I know that. That's not what I was saying, Grace.
But I had a point.
It's not what I was saying. Okay. What I was saying, it's okay.
I'm sorry. This is a candy.
I can't hear him eat this candy. Like, it fucks with my whole being, disturbs me.
My bad. Go ahead.
For some of us, it starts before, you know, we realize that, you know, well, this is who we are. This is how we're perceived. Okay. For some of us, it starts. For some of us, it starts at home. Okay. 3 years old. Get your little fat ass back here. Okay. Well, you know, we don't really understand that that's not a good thing.
It seems endearing at the time.
Right.
I don't want to say totally endearing, but it's like, well, that's the attention being paid at this moment.
And for most children, any attention is good attention.
Debatable.
I said for most children, any attention is good attention. Okay, most attention is good. You know what? I'm done with you. I'm done.
Fair enough. Phil?
Freeze.
I know what my name is. I want to know what you're thinking. Boy, that shit just soaked through the skull, didn't it?
I want to go back to you, Phil.
Okay.
You had said something about, you know, your own instances.
My way back
Shut
to
the fuck
you,
up,
Phil.
Freeze.
Sorry.
You'd said something about your own instances of body shaming, and I agree. It does go both ways. It's not just women that feel it; men feel it too, because, well, insecurity is a universal thing. You know.
Look at this.
Okay, now
I don't see why anybody
now, hold on,
should.
wait, stop. Right there. Right there. You have no fucking idea, because literally, unless you two have had this discussion already, I do not believe that you are aware of her particular internal interpretation and perception of your physical appearance as a human being, as a colleague, as a friend. I do not believe that you two have had the conversation to assess that. That being said, your statement implies that it is an expected result. You went into that particular sentence with the future already picked out. It's kind of like when my wife asked...
Didn't we have this conversation earlier this morning?
No, you had this conversation earlier this minute. Shut the fuck up.
I'm talking about me and Crystal here. I'm leaving you at now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we already discussed this now.
Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is... Okay, well, wait. Hold on. If you two had the discussion and your sentence was based on, I guess, her result from before, like,
okay,
hey, don't you remember what you said? Then why the fuck are we here talking about this right now? It feels like a sideways. You feel what I'm saying?
Trying to bring you into the conversation now.
No, she can't body shame you before the show and then go on a show about not body shaming, fool. That's
whoa,
what I'm saying.
Whoa.
Who said you?
There was never any talk of body shaming either of us.
Okay, fair enough. That's
my thing is that when I look at myself, my perception of myself, I think everybody else sees.
He's projecting.
And there it is. Do you want to know what causes that? Random sprinklings of assholes throughout your life that may have like peppered this issue for you and got the spice started. So by the time the chili that was your adulthood was fully cooked up, you already went into it like, yeah, this chili's going to taste like this.
I'm sorry, Crystal, when I said look at this, I wasn't really meaning for you to look at this.
I understand.
I was speaking in general.
I understand.
It doesn't matter in general. You were still speaking to an individual.
We here.
General is just a group of individuals making decisions, motherfucker.
I don't understand why anybody can see anything good at this. I've even told Diana this. I don't know what she sees in me, why she's attracted to me.
You did not cook up this negative opinion on your own.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. And even if nobody said a word to you about, well, you look like this and I feel this way about it, and made you feel negative about it, between media and between just people just being shitty to each other in your general vicinity, you already kind of pick up on the cues that say, well, I share this characteristic with this other person over here who is being made fun of, victimized, fucked with, dismissed, rejected, whatever. Anything makes you feel negative or any kind of way. You didn't cook that up on your own. You had help from a shitty society.
Okay.
The point here is to get away from the shitty society.
But she was asking me a question, and I was answering that question before you so eloquently interrupted.
I want you to break that. I want you to break that cycle because I love you and you're my brother. I wanted to nip it in the bud right then, right there. That was my point.
But you can't do that for him.
Why the fuck not?
I'm just saying though. Okay, like you just said, I want you to break that cycle. Okay, he kind of needs to do that for himself. I agree with you. Maybe you can start it. But until he agrees...
That's all I'm trying to do is start it.
Right. But again, until he agrees that, oh shit, I pressed that button, didn't I?
See.
My bad. Until he agrees that that's something that he wants to do, until he gets to that point where he's so comfortable within himself that he's like, you know what? Maybe Freeze had a point. Maybe I should look into that. Until that happens, it's like your words are falling on deaf ears. Like, it doesn't matter. You can think all day long the world of him. You can think that he is the best thing walking. But until he thinks that of himself, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, it's got to start
somewhere
internally. It has to start, and this is me speaking from complete and total experience. Okay, It doesn't matter how many times someone says, oh, your eyes are so pretty, or oh, you're this, or oh, you're that, or whatever. If I don't feel like that, it doesn't matter. Oh, okay, that makes me blush a little. Thank you. But I don't believe it. And until I believe it about myself, they're just empty words. It means nothing. Until I get to that point where I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm sick and tired of hearing people say I'm this or hearing people say I'm that. Well, fuck those people. I don't believe that. I love me. I'm all about me. Me is where it's at. Until I get to that point, compliments aren't shit. Until I get to that point, none of those compliments are going to mean anything to me. Oh, well, they were just being nice. Oh, well, maybe they were just having some kind of day.
No. I mean, I understand. I do. I understand where
that's
you're
my
getting
personal.
at.
That's my personal thing.
And I understand where you're going, but I do enjoy hearing compliments. Like when you came in today and you were talking about my hair, I love that. I really did. I really meant a lot to hear somebody say that. So I crave those compliments. But if I don't hear those compliments, then
a little piece of you is crushed.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
It's like, well, okay, I guess I didn't really.
Okay, so
maybe this isn't as good as I thought it was.
You've got 3.5 minutes to attempt to convince me that this mechanism can start internally to people, and that this can affect worldwide change. Because I seriously think that it still needs help.
I'm not saying that it doesn't need help. I'm not saying, like I said, I agree that someone may be able to start it. But at the same time, if I don't feel that within myself, okay, and it took me a long time to get to the point where I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe my eyes are pretty. Okay? It's the same thing about hearing 50 million times growing up, you ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. You ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. You ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. Eventually you start to believe it. Okay? So I agree. It could use help.
Right.
Tell somebody 1 million times you have beautiful eyebrows. I love your eyebrows. Your eyebrows are so pretty. Oh, your eyebrows. Okay, eventually they might look at their eyebrows in the mirror one day and say, you know what? I do have good eyebrows.
Wait, good eyebrows?
Yeah. I was just taking a random part of whatever. Okay.
It's
not the part. I was more. It was the adjective, but I'm good.
In my case, it's I've heard more negative than positive.
Right.
And and the more I hear the negative, the more I believe that to be true.
As long as it takes to build up that wall of negativity, it's going to take twice as long to break it down.
I don't disagree as far as that's concerned. I really don't. All I'm saying is I'm not asking everybody to run around and compliment everybody and start sucking each other's dicks or any of that shit. I'm just asking people to be less shitty.
And that's all you can be.
Love yourself. Period.
Yeah. Love yourself. Try not to be shitty to other people.
Let it emanate.
Marinate that shit. Marinate your Sunday with love, people. This has been an extra special edition of It Is What It Is. Join us Join us every Sunday from 11:30 to just whenever the fuck, I guess, and we'll continue to approach things like this. I'd like to thank both my castmates here, Motown Philly and Crazy Crystal.
Hey. I didn't agree to that.
I'm gonna make that shit stick.
I didn't agree to that shit.
Yup.
Bye.
Everybody stay love.
Yep. Want to thank each and every one of you for listening to us. Don't forget to join us every Sunday from 11:30 to whatever on It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network. Of course, we will be coming back next week with Conservative Is Not a Curse Word. That is immediately going to follow IIWII. And of course, do not miss this Saturday's debut of In Nerdtainment.
Do we have a time yet on that?
I don't have a time, but you know what? I do have a week to let people know.
Okay.
Power of social media, baby.
See you Saturday.
It is what it is. Thank you all for listening.
Bye.
Give shouts out to Mindy Pluma, Rim Jobs Wheel Resurfacing, the AV Lab, Picture Perfect Photography, and Walter's Foreign Car Service, supporting conservative is not a curse word, and the Zero G Network, and 0 Degree Entertainment. If you don't want somebody to just run off with your loot, give us a call. You having a special event, getting married, I even do divorce parties, whatever it is you got. The point being, 0 Degree Entertainment. Let us help. Thanks for listening.
Are you searching for a pre-owned vehicle that fits your budget? Do you want a quality car you can afford? Then you need to call Mindy Pluma at All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram at 314-288-5393. She's got single-owner cars under $12,000. If you want a quality car that fits into your budget, call Mindy Pluma at 314-288-5393. That's 314-288-5393. Tell her you heard about the great deals from It Is What It Is on the Zero G Network. That's 314-288-5393. That's 314-288-5393. That's Mindy Pluma at All-Star Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.